Hey everybody, I'm Liz Ferry.
Hi guys, I'm Joey.
Welcome to another WIP Wednesday stream. You guys saw last time I was working on these liners, and now they are mostly attached to the backpack. This part is only attached with pins at the moment, but I have sewn the zipper in place. So where is that zipper? So now it can open up, and you can see here's the crocheted part that I sewed to the zipper. This part is going to get sewn onto the liner. That's the next part that I'm going to do. And I did some work on the top, so now it looks a little bit more like a bun.
I love that. It looks so much like a bun.
Yeah, no, I want to show you guys that, because I actually put some fluff inside between the liner and the crochet in order to get this, like, this look where I, like, sewed the liner down around the, or I sewed the liner and the crochet around the fluff to give it kind of like a textured, like, bread looking top. So I'm going to show you guys that closer up. Here's what it looks like a little closer up. You can see the stitching that I did in 6 places all around, pretty much evenly spread out in like a hexagon on the top of the bun. If I turn it to the inside, I can actually pull this part back, and there's the fluffy the fluffy inside, right, where I've sewn the liner down. You can also see the lines of the other sides of the stitches here. But I think it's coming along pretty nice, and like the zipper works really well. So once I sew that down to the liner, it should be a pretty decent pocket, and then I'm just going to continue working along these stitches to cover up the rest of the liner. So some of you guys that follow the channel might have noticed that I finally was able to post my wig tutorial, and there's like a whole story to what happened there, but I don't really want to get into that because then we would be here all night. Right. If you guys want to see what happened, check out my Tumblr, because I posted about it like every time something happened. So if you want to read the whole saga of what happened trying to get these wig tutorials posted, then check out my Tumblr. I was finally able to post my wig tutorial, and now and part 1 is public and part 2 is on Patreon. So if you guys want to get that early, you can check out Patreon. And I'm going to show you a couple of the wigs that I've been working on in part 2 of the tutorial. You might recognize my Steven again. Last time I showed you guys, his hair was still up in its yarn stage, so it's since been brushed out and straightened, but I haven't curled it yet.
It's a super long flowing mane.
So yeah, if anybody ever wondered what Steven would look like with his hair straightened, this is it.
You got a sudden inspiration from Lion.
I know, right? It's really cute,
yeah.
But it's not accurate to the character.
It's Steven with Greg hair.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I keep thinking about. Yeah, no, it does look like Steven with Greg hair. Like, it'll look really cute, because I do eventually want to make a Greg. Yeah, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. A young Greg
and like an older Greg.
Yeah, no, I know it would be pretty cute to make.
Because you could probably use the same body type as the Steven just to make like the super young Greg.
I feel like young Greg, when they show him in the show, is like a little older than Steven, though.
That's true.
So like,
that's true.
But yeah,
just scaled up a little bit.
But yeah, the hair is like, yeah, it would probably be the exact same technique, just like a little bigger. So same exact body shape, just a slightly larger size. And then this one is the extra long hair that I'm going to show you guys in part 2 of that tutorial. And again, if you guys are on Patreon, you can already access this tutorial. So that'll be really interesting to see the different ways that the curl affects the different styles of the wigs, because like the long hair is done in a different way than the shorter hair.
Oh, yeah, I'm
so excited to make the diamonds. That's going to happen eventually, but obviously that's another huge
We're just getting the main cast out of
project, the way. Yeah, because the diamonds are a lot bigger than all of the main gems, and I do want to make all of them in the set to scale with each other, so that's going to be a lot more work, and their wigs are going to also be huge, and like, wigs do take a lot of work. Thankfully, most of them don't have like outrageously long hair. Just Blue, I guess, has long hair.
Yeah, Blue has long hair, and Diamond has like
and Yellow Diamond
solid hair practically.
Yellow, I guess I could do the whole like crocheted hair for Yellow Diamond. I just like everything looking natural, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. I'm planning on making Peridot and Lapis too, which that would also be a little easier to do because they're so like tiny compared to the other main gems. The thing that I'm actually having a lot of trouble with Peridot specifically, and also Lapis, but not as much as Peridot, is I can't really find the hardware to make their gems with. It's really hard to find like a small triangular like crystal looking like piece to use for Peridot's gem, and I've been looking for a long time, and I had a couple of them that I was looking at to buy, and then they just went off the market. Right. So it's like I have to make the search for the perfect gem. Yeah, exactly. Finding... And you'd think it'd be easier to find like a teardropped blue.
Yeah, I know
gem,
that one seems obvious.
Yeah, like, I know. It's been hard for me to find them, but I think I have an idea for a way that I can get past, like get around that and do it in a different way, but I haven't tested it yet. So hopefully once I finish with like doing more of these gems bodies, then like I'll start working on Peridot and Lapis and other gem characters.
Right.
Because I do have like a couple of other ones that I would like to work on, but like obviously there's a big cast.
I know, right? There's so
yeah, it's gonna take a while.
Doesn't exactly take a short amount of time to crank these out either. So
yeah, well, you guys have seen how long it's taking me to... And I also have a tendency to work on a ton of stuff all at once. Yeah. So speaking of which, the next thing that I am working on is Connie. So far, she's just a head. So here's where her eyes are going to go. And I haven't even stuffed her yet. I actually got like a lot of like black fluff from making hers and Steven's wigs, so I'm gonna use that black fluff to stuff her head, because I guess I don't know, there's something about this particular yarn that I used where like no matter how high my tension is, it seems to always show little tiny gaps. So it always needs to be stuffed with a darker fluff when I make amigurumi with this style of yarn. But I'm going to try to pop this onto her head and see how well that works, just because her head is not stuffed, so I'm not sure if it'll collapse or not. But hopefully it'll just munch onto there without crushing it too much. But yeah, so it'll be something like that. So that'll be exciting. I kind of think that she'll have like similar to Pearl's body, but like way smaller stature and like not as big like hips and stuff like that. So she'll just be like a little bit like of a skinnier, shorter version of Pearl, I think. Right. I've been experimenting with doing some of you guys that watched the older WIP Wednesdays might remember that mermaid that I was working on, the one with the tattoos that had like pink hair, and her hair was like, it had like a
forward
it was like forward swept with like a shaved back, and like I was trying to figure out like another way of doing that style, or not another, I guess that was the first time I did that style, so now I was trying to like figure out like exactly what it was that I did to do that. And this is not by any means like a finished version of it, because I haven't done any of the trimming of the hair and I haven't straightened it or anything like that. Literally all I've done is the shaved back, except I haven't shaved it yet either, so it's just the back and the front, and nothing else has been done on it, so it's going to look really silly. And also, the other thing is that the only doll that it fits is Pearl. So here's Pearl with this wig. I haven't done any of the work on the front, so it's all just purely been brushed out. It hasn't been like straightened or curled or anything like that. And the back is done in this style, so it's just a blending of my two different techniques. So the front is done with wefts and the back is done with the short hairstyle that I did in my short hair tutorial. So basically what I want to do is just trim the front and shave the back. So hopefully this technique is going to come out okay. I don't know how well it's going to come out because I haven't finished it yet, so we'll see. One other thing that I've been working on is this shirt for Pearl. It's the season 2 shirt that she wears. So I haven't done any of the details. I've just got a yellow splotch there that's going to eventually be the star, but I'm gonna like outline it and shape it a little bit better. But and also the tails aren't sewn in yet, obviously. But I'm just gonna pop this onto her real quick. It just pops right onto her, and the back is just open. And I'm just going to put like a lace up back from the bottom all the way up to the neck, so that it can be completely removable if it needs to be. And then I just have to make the sash. And then the rest of her clothing, which is really just going to be her shorts and her socks and her slippers. I think that's pretty much it.
Right.
Let me get that wig on her, which I still haven't really worked on yet since the last time. But
and Wendy says, sorry if she asked too many questions, but don't worry. It's always nice to talk to you guys, and don't worry about that at all. And the other question was if you plan on making Lion eventually.
Yeah, Lion is one of my eventual goals. He's going to have to be pretty large also, obviously. And that wig is going to take... And I don't think for Lion it's going to be a wig, too. I think I'm going to root Lion's hair so that it's not removable. Because why would Lion need removable hair?
Right,
he's a
serious.
The reason why I make a lot of these guys...
That's not going to fit anybody else.
The reason why I make a lot of these guys wigs, too, is probably because it's going to make it a lot easier to get them in and out of their different outfits. So, like, that's
true.
Like,
if you can just pop off the hair, then you don't have to worry about messing the hair up as you're trying to get an outfit
for sure.
on and off.
So, like, so there's Pearl's disheveled wig. I still need to trim her hair, and I think Pearl's outfit is kind of the easiest one, so that one's probably going to be the one that gets done the fastest, and she's the only one that's got an outfit. But I'm going to take it off real quick again just because I want to show you guys the body comparison between all three of the gems, because now they're all complete, so we can see all three of them, except for Garnet doesn't have her wig. I actually have the Garnet's wig wefts right here.
Yeah, right.
So here's her wig weft. So this is going to be her wig eventually.
This massive black yarn will eventually be.
So here's all three of the gems in their different body types, and hopefully eventually I can get Garnet and Pearl's patterns written up, and then those body type patterns will be in my Ravelry store. Here, let's disappear for a minute just so you guys can see. But yeah, so Garnet is a little too tall for the frame, but there she is.
Yeah, sneak amethyst over here.
Here, she can be a little more diagonal.
They'll fit in the frame now.
Nice. All right. And Garnet's, of course, is going to be the most complex. And I have to figure out a clever way of getting it onto her body, because her body is a particularly unique shape.
It's
so
very
it's
form-fitting.
Yeah, so it's going to be hard to get something that is form-fitting onto her body, because obviously she has a lot of like really thin and really thick parts. So it's going to be hard to get those thin pieces of fabric over her. I think I'm just going to have to make the entire thing open, like all down the back.
Right.
And then the other thing that I was considering is making it like making it a two-piece instead of a one-piece bodysuit instead, and kind of just making it look like it's a one-piece.
Right, so it just like attaches together kind of.
Yeah, exactly. So like attaching the top piece to the bottom piece just to make it easier to get it on her body.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed that WIP Wednesday.
So thanks everyone that came and watched the stream. Thank you so much, Wendy, for asking
for
all of your
so
questions. I mean, we enjoy talking to you guys, so don't ever feel bad about asking us questions.
So we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks for the next one, and hopefully we'll have a lot more work done on these gems costumes by that time. And I do also want to start making my rose quartz, and hopefully Connie will be further along and we'll be able to update a whole lot of these things, and maybe even have a couple of new things to show you guys. So we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye guys.